Hello everyone and welcome back to the magical land of Enderal. So last time, good God. Okay, so we have failed. When Arantheal ordered Yuslan to extract the Numinos, Yuslan revealed that he was playing a double game all this time. He was a double agent, He was behind the attack in the old Russian Grad. He killed Lashari, you know, the chick who was always like, the prophet's us! When she suspected him and led the Nehrims in the city together with the Patar. The reason behind doing all of this: his family died in a massacre called the Night of 1,000 Fires, not floods, fires, in Kira, for which Arantheal was responsible. After Yuslan took his life and by doing so destroying the Numinos, the High Ones possessed his corpse and ridiculed Arantheal again. Arantheal now is intent on defying them one last time by igniting the beacon without the Numinos, hence destroying Ark and much of Enderal, in turn killing himself, Keepers, Korik's armies, and the civilians which are still alive at the same time. And more importantly, my dear Jesper! Alright, so anyway, I just shaved my testicles. Now, I don't want to be too crude here, but what I will say is, of all the mundane tasks that you have to do as an adult male, that might be the scariest. I'm just saying. I've had a few nasty encounters with the blade, and I'm using an electric shaver, but God, it's terrifying every time. Anyway, you probably didn't want to hear that. Yes, I do still have hay fever every freaking day. It sucks. I'm just gonna leave our HP the way it is, because this is the way we ended up when we popped back here, and we were like revived by the veiled woman, and it just said investigate the portal. So
enter the mind of a High One.
That's what we gotta do.
I hope you're joking.
Oh, that is terrifyingly loud, by the way. I left it kind of loud last episode for you, but it's even louder in my ears. Put it that way.
This was their last stand. They are afraid of us. I feel it.
One thing that drives me nuts, when you get those little sections where time sort of slows down, if you're moving during those, you may have noticed, it always resets me afterwards. So I'm like making ground, and then they just put me back again. So you may as well just stand still whilst it's happening.
You've killed us. You've killed us all. You have just shown me the solution.
Okie dokie then. Are they the remains of Yuslan? I don't know, I can't search them. It's kind of annoying to me that we've got our character's heartbeat going the whole time, but I guess that's... Oh, okay. I guess that seems kind of fitting, because, you know, he's probably terrified. Is that me? That's me. Alright. You know, at this point, I think we should heal ourselves. There's probably combat in here, and, again, the heartbeat is annoying me, so... Let's see what food we have. I think we're very nearly out. We have crusty bread, the horse flute. I don't think we can eat that. Surely, all these mussels, the poultry, rat meat, and venison. Alright, that will be enough to at least get us decent on the HP front. At least so we can't keep hearing the boom boom, boom boom, boom boom. Yeah, it's still going up. It's still going. You know what? Let's make a save. I don't remember if I saved it. I think I probably did, but bugger it. Bugger it all. So where are we now? Does it say? Strange place. Oh. Fair enough. I mean, I guess it does say, but not all that descriptive. Hello? Enemies? Comrades? Cutscenes? Anything at all? We'll see a bunch of, oh my god. You gonna be a boss or something? Because you got a face. Just gonna see a bunch of Starling, aka Dwemer, architecture all around here, so... That's a thing. We in some kind of lost Starling... I don't even know what you would call this. Factory or something? What are you? Don't know, but up.
No. This is impossible.
What the hell are you? And where am I?
Why are you here? Be gone, Phantom. Be gone and leave me to my slumber.
Who dares disturb my slumber? Phantom, what in blazes are you talking about? What's the meaning of this, you giant metal bastard?
Then this isn't a dream. You really are here.
I mean, it could be a dream. We have a lot of these dream sequences in the game. I don't know.
The Prophet dies when the Emperor leaves him. This is the course of the game. It has always been so.
Did you just break the fourth wall?
Explain yourself. How did you find this place? And why do you still exist?
The veiled woman, she healed me and opened a portal. She's a nice lady. I mean, she didn't murder a friend of mine, but I mean, I didn't know him that well. It's only the start of the game, so, you know, I've forgiven her already. I'm too nice for my own good, I know.
Her? But why? She does not have a mind. She does not have feelings. So why should she do this? But still you speak the truth. I can feel it. Then could it really be that the unlikeliest of all eventualities has become reality and brought you here?
I guess so, sure. Okay, so the unlikeliest of all eventualities, are you saying that my being here is coincidence?
Coincidence or caprice, I do not know.
The model?
The veiled woman cannot be understood.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Who are you? What are you?
I am sorry. It's been too long since I've spoken to anyone.
So where are my manners?
I have had
Let me
many
offer you a drink.
names. The Arcarians called me the God of Death. The Moonskin people, the Warden of Dreams.
Moonskinned?
The Pyreans, the Demon of the Deep. For your people I am, or was, the Black Guardian.
Ooh. You're very black.
Names I know. However, I am none of these, neither god nor demon. I am only an eye, condemned to observe again and again.
Got a badass voice though. You know the Pyreans by the guts. How old are you? Jesus Christ, you need a Zimmer frame or something?
Does you measure time?
Maybe it's a Viagra?
Older than your most daring chronicles go back, by far. I have seen them all, since our people fell. Every civilization, every cleansing, every turn of the cycle.
Then you somehow survived the cleansing of your civilization. Are you one of the ancient starlings? I mean, he does appear to be a giant metal bloody robot. God, my guy's an idiot.
What? No. The starlings came
Clearly
along
a human.
after me. I was only a fool who wanted to save his own skin at any cost. I knew the cleansing would come. I had known it long before the Red Madness and the war started. But I also knew that fighting it as my people did, and as most do, was pointless. So I looked for another way to prevail. And I found it.
What'd you find, champ?
What you see here is the result. The Goliath. As I like to call it back then.
Maybe you are a human then, but inside that. What exactly is the Goliath, besides the pet name for my penis?
What is it? My self-dug grave. What it was meant to be was a body of steel, an immortal machine with which I planned to merge my consciousness. Only organic life could be reaped by the High Ones, and I thought that by becoming a machine, I could fool them.
I mean, it seems to have worked. You're
By the name
alive.
of the sun, how brilliant I thought myself. I wanted to become a god, laughing in the face of time. But let me spare you my self-pity. What happened, happened.
Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. So you plan to outlive your own people? To what point? Living in a dead world? What's wrong with you? Psh, taste the back of my crystal fist, you bitch.
No. Joining the Goliath meant immortality. All I had to do was sleep and awaken once more when the cycle started again, and new life came forth. Except that this new life would not have been defenseless. I would have been a true god to them, one capable of protecting them from the High Ones. No imaginary figure like the Creator, No false gods like the Lightborn were, to speak in your language.
But your plan did work. You built this machine, became it, and survived the cleansing. That's what I'm saying.
As the only one of my people, yes. But it happened faster than it should have. And when the cleansing occurred, the Goliath was not yet finished. And as the Emperor unleashed the light, I had no choice but to complete the joining too early. A fatal error, as it turned out. I did survive, yes. But I am trapped inside this unfinished machine.
I think I see where this is
Ever
going.
since then, all I can do is watch. Again and again.
Okay. Do you want to hear my prediction? Yeah, you do. So this is what I think is going to happen. We help him finish his machine, and then just like the end of, is it Ghostbusters 2? Essentially, he's going to be the Statue of Liberty, and he's going to fight, well, I guess the Statue of Liberty didn't really fight anyone exactly. It more just like smashed a hole in the stained glass, like whatever, what's the thing, like the upper glass roof of the art building, the art gallery, whatever. Anyway, the point is, he's going to be the Statue of Liberty, so he's going to fight the bloody High Ones. That's my guess, anyway. So, we got a bunch of options here, but we probably have to finish him, because he's clearly unfinished. What do you mean you can only watch? We're thousands of leagues into the deep here, aren't we?
Yes, but a part of the Goliath is the eye. It allows me to see what happens on the surface everywhere.
He's bloody Sauron.
Not as literal as you imagine, of course. I see schemes, feel emotions, similar to your gift, to the Echo, but they are enough to understand.
To be clear, okay, because don't mess this up. You've been here since the High Ones devoured your people?
Yes, it was not how I planned it. The Goliath in its final form was meant to be divine. A synthesis of man and steel. But I overestimated myself. And I acted too quickly, driven by fear.
Hey! Slow down. We haven't lost yet. Whether the High Ones triumph or not depends on what happens after Arenthia was blown up the beacon.
No, you do not understand. You are stumbling through the fog. Even now that it is almost over.
They explain it to me, genius.
By themselves. The High Ones are not the problem. If we would just see them as they really are, they would become powerless.
Is it the belief in them? Powerless?
Yes. It is hard to put into words.
But you're going to fade to black and tell me,
I
whoa!
do not know everything about the High Ones. Only that they are part of something we call the cycle. A civilization arises and blossoms, and then, always at the same stage of their development, the High Ones appear, and with them, the Red Madness. People start losing their minds, wars erupt, and chaos rules. Until 2 or 3 years later, the cleansing happens. The moment when the High Ones devour the collective consciousness, the gathered minds of this civilization, to give birth to a new one of their own. Despite all of this, nobody knows what drives them. Perhaps they act out of malice, out of an urge to survive, or perhaps they do not even have a will of their own, but are like a force of nature. But I do know one thing, as powerful as they might be, it is mankind who gives them that power. We make them into what they are, because what nobody understands is simply this. The High Ones feed on what humanity has the most of. Their ego, greed, pride, fear.
So it is the pink
and
slime
their everlasting
from Ghostbusters
search for
2.
an enemy, who is responsible for all their misery. It is those traits the High Ones make use of. These characteristics are what make us human. And by themselves, they are harmless. Only when we bury them, when we deny them, then they play into the High One's hands. So why is this, you ask? It is simple. The High Ones alone cannot make the cleansing happen. Only a human can. With the beacon, my knowledge about it is as limited as my knowledge about the cycle. It has existed since the beginning of time, and despite what you might now believe, the ancient writings about it are true. Lit by the ones who carry the Numenos, it can banish the High Ones once and for all. But it can also destroy us. Because what happens when it is lit without a core is far more than an explosion. It is the cleansing, the triumph of the High Ones. And even as we speak, a human, Teodor Orinthiol, has done it again. A bright light will appear from the heart of the machine and open a hole in the sky. And within hours, it will spread throughout the world, and they will all feel it. A fire that burns them from within. A white light which will break through their flesh. Do you understand now? The High Ones have no power. All they do is to feed on our weaknesses, manipulate us into bringing about our own destruction. It is we who forge the sword that kills us. We who lead them to their victory. Even though the key to salvation has always been in our hands. But instead of realizing our folly, we make the same mistake. We repeat the same fate over and over. And only because we refuse to see the truth. Yes, the High Ones are our enemy. But who wants to hear that it is our ego, that dark voice within us, that empowers them? It is so ironic. The moment we would realize all this would be the moment it all came to an end. But we do not.
My get. Seriously though? That was bad fucking ass. Okay, that was very interesting. So they manipulate people into doing it themselves.
We sow. Dreams, thoughts, visions. They are everywhere. But the principle is always the same. They throw a tainted seed into a fertile ground. The rest happens by itself.
More? What more do we have here? If it ever wants to load. Okay, so what you're saying is that without our assistance, the High Ones would be powerless, that the cleansing would never happen. That's exactly what he's saying. Why do you even need that confirmed? What? And there is really no reason for all of this? I can't believe that. I can't believe it's not butter.
Maybe there is. But if so, I do not know it. But the more turns of the cycle I witness, the more I get the impression that it is some kind of trial. A cosmic game, woven by powers we have not even come close to comprehending. Maybe this is just wishful thinking, to give all this pain a meaning, when it does not have one. Maybe the High Ones are simply a law of nature, a concept. And we give birth to them by believing there is such a thing as an ultimate external enemy in the first place. The eternal struggle with ourselves. Perhaps that is just part of what it means to exist.
So what you're saying is without our assistance, they'd be powerless.
Just think for a moment. When did the High Ones ever do anything other than manipulate you? Did they ever physically influence any events? They incited the Nehrim to march against you, and time and again confirmed the righteousness of both your causes. All they told you, all they showed you, was what you wanted to hear, and what you wanted to see. And yes, if you, Enderal, his order, and the Nehrim had never acted, the cleansing would never have happened.
So what you're saying is human beings are really dumb. Holy crap, I had no idea. Then that means Aranthio just initiated the cleansing, he has signed the death warrant for all of humanity. My God.
Like 1,000 others before him, the High Ones knew exactly what they had to do to get him to commit this last act of desperation. They played him with his weaknesses and fears, like a figure on a chessboard. And the saddest part is that until the very end, he will believe that he has done something good.
Want me to go kill him? Because I'll kill him. Because he wouldn't accept failure, no matter the price.
That was his greatest fear, yes. To be remembered as a failure, a broken man. That was the stream the High Ones manipulated him from the moment he died, after attempting to flee from his prison on Nehrim.
Yeah, wait, what do you mean from the moment he died?
The real Enderal. He is dead, Prophet. He is a fleshless one of the mightiest tools of the High Ones. Just as you are.
What? I'm dead? Then what is this, an illusion?
I wish it were. The methods of how the High Ones influence us are plentiful. And the red madness and their ability to enter our dreams are not their only means. Their mightiest tool is the creation of projections, fleshless ones, or emissaries, as they are also called. If a person dies, and if this person has one last unfulfilled wish, a compulsion, then the High Ones have the power to create a projection of him. An immaterial image of the deceased, which thinks itself real, and is perceived as such.
So a nobody from Kingdom Hearts.
But no one notices. Not even the projection itself. Are two things. Firstly, it is driven by this last unfulfilled desire. Secondly, it becomes an idealized version of its former self, almost tailor-made to free itself from the last compulsion, that ultimate scourge. The daughters of fishermen become warriors. Broken generals become charismatic and driven leaders who seem almost too determined to be real. You are one of these projections, as are all of the emissaries. You are a fleshless one, a spirit searching for liberation from something. I do not know your past before you came to this land, because before you became the Prophet, you were insignificant.
How dare
But what
you!
happened to you and your friend on that ship? You never survived it. You drowned in the Red Sea. And in that very moment, the High Ones entered your mind and made you into what you are today.
Well, shit.
And other than myself, the High Ones knew your compulsion, knew the desire that drove you. Whatever it was, it made you predictable, and it allowed them to play you, just as they played Aranthio and Korak. Do you see it now? Every dream the High Ones sent you, every time they appeared to you, they all had but a single purpose: to feed your self-image, to push you in a certain direction. They wanted you to play the game for their purposes, and they succeeded. You read the echo of the future, as other prophets did before you. You helped Orynthial reconstruct the beacon, and led him to the Numinos.
Yeah, I really fucked up, didn't I?
That it would be taken away from him at the very last instant. His fear of failure led him into doing what he did.
What the hell happened there? Oh, okay. Then this means I'm responsible. I caused the cleansing?
You are not to blame, Prophet. You did what countless others did before you, and you did it because you thought it was the right thing to do. Only one thing is different. In all the time I have been here, never before did a projection realize its own nature. You were meant to dissolve like the rest of mankind.
Yeah, but none of those were the main character.
Yet, here you stand, and I tell you the truth. This was never meant to happen.
Being the main character trumps all, my friend. Okay, I'm not gonna say it's ridiculous. I mean, it is, but I believe him. Why would he lie? I don't know. Maybe he's the bad guy. Okay, so what do we have here? That means the beacon was a trap set by the higher ones from the very beginning.
It is as I said.
Didn't mean to click that yet, but whatever.
For as long as this cycle has existed, so has the beacon. It is an element of the game, and it has the power to end it, whether in favor of the High Ones or in favor of mankind. Yet for as long as I have been trapped here, the latter has never happened.
Well, clearly, yeah. So, the High Ones wanted us to reconstruct the beacon. They made me do it.
They gave you impulses, nudges in the right direction. Those who know a person's past know which strings to pull.
What about the ancient Starlings? They managed to flee the cycle, didn't they? How?
The Starlings, in their time, were called the Yalam Rashe. And yes, they manipulated the game in their favor.
That's a cooler name.
Their goals were similar to mine when I created the Goliath. They were a small circle of highly intelligent craftsmen and mages. And just like myself, they did not think the cycle could be won by the beacon alone. So by unknown means, they fled into the sky and created something that protected their city from the cleansing.
So are they still alive? But what happened to them? Are they really the ancestors of our Starlings?
Yes, but knowledge about their history is sparse, since the Star City was almost beyond the reach of my eye. But I know that its first centuries were glorious. The Yalam Rashe lived in harmony, and their society was the pinnacle of all that mankind could be. With time, however, their population grew. They became too numerous for their small city, and so they invented their golden rules, which were supposed to control their growth. Having children was regulated now, and those who were found guilty of a crime were punished heavily. The worst sentence was being exiled. The convicted were robbed of their memories and sent back to Earth. This is where the Starlings of your world come from, do you see?
I guess, yeah.
This is why they all feel this longing to return to a far distant place in the stars. It is an ancestral memory.
Like masturbation. Okay, I blew my nose. I don't really think it helped that much. Got a hay fever. Anyway, that explains a lot, but what happened to them? Why was the city deserted?
I do not know. As I said, my knowledge about the Starlings was always limited. All I do know is that one day they were gone. I could not feel them anymore. By that time, their society had become but a shadow of what it once was. But whether they destroyed themselves or left for someplace else, I will never find out.
Well, ain't that about to be? Because if we put it this way, they protected themselves from the cleansing. Seems like they may be really handy people to talk to. So anyway, maybe there is a reason for all of this. Maybe we can still stop the cleansing.
Oh, stop it. No, it is too late for that.
No, I'll just teleport back to Ark and go
By
kill
the
Arakiel.
name of the sun. It is so ironic that the veiled woman did not lead you here earlier.
Why is it ironic?
It is over, Prophet. You are strong. But regardless of how long your power can protect you from the light of the cleansing, eventually you will dissolve too. Even if... Wait. No. Maybe you are right. Maybe there is a way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What way?
But no. It would be pointless.
Alright, stop talking in riddles before I smack you. What would be pointless? Why? You're getting on my nerves now.
Forgive me, I have to think.
Oh, Jesus. Alright, go on then.
Yes, there could be a way. What I told you is true. Here on Earth, you would not survive the cleansing. But there is one place where you could. The Star City. I know that you brought something back from your journey there. The escape pods. And I know that they can also take you back there. For I have seen the Yalam Rashe, the ancient starlings, do so.
The pods seem pretty broken.
Whatever has protected the city over all these millennia, it would protect you too. Yes, you could survive it. By the face of time, you could.
It's also really laggy there. I don't know if we want to, live there. You want me to flee? But to what end? That wouldn't stop the cleansing?
No, it would not. But that is irrelevant. You are fleshless, a projection. And just like me, time cannot touch you. Age cannot kill you. And thus you could succeed where I have failed.
Are you saying?
You could wait for the cleansing to be over. And then create a new humanity.
That's what I thought you were saying. I'm gonna be Adam. Okay, who's Eve? If you're thinking of Jesper, I don't think we can rub tits? I don't think we can rub tips together and make a baby. Not tits either.
Create a new humanity. It is only a matter of time
Freudian slip.
until the new turn of the cycle starts. New life will come forth. First, simple life. Then human. And just like the civilizations before them, they will also fall victim to the High Ones, because they will have the same weaknesses as we do. But not with your help. You could be a god to them. You could guide their ascent. You could shape a mankind free of egos and weaknesses. And by doing so, you would deprive the High Ones of their power.
This all sounds good.
In this new world, there would be no need for a beacon, because the High Ones simply would not have any strings to pull on. Mankind will defeat them by becoming superior.
As I was saying, this all sounds well and good, but the problem is, what you said, you could create a mankind without weaknesses and ego. I don't think anyone could possibly do that. Human beings have weaknesses and ego. Even if they are brought up not to have an ego, yeah, some people won't, but some people will. There are people that have been brought up by, perfectly good parents. One kid's an egotistical asshole, another one isn't. There's nature versus nurture arguments, and yeah, you could say, well, but if everyone doesn't have an ego, then they're not going to get an ego from anyone else. It doesn't work like that. Like, I can't control the way their brains work. I can maybe manipulate them into thinking a certain way, but that doesn't mean I can control how their brains work. So, whilst I like the idea of being a god, I think your utopia is not going to work. But anyway, I don't like this. Maybe you are right. Oh, I don't like this, but maybe you are right. Maybe a new beginning could make things turn out differently. No, this is wrong. I can't let all those people die. There has to be another way. You hinted at something. Did he? Oh yeah, he did it when it was like, well, no, it'd be pointless. What exactly makes you believe I would survive in the Star City? Those machines there tried to kill us. Still, that would mean leaving mankind to die. A mankind without ego? What's that supposed to mean? Exactly!
The High Ones reap, we sow. It is our weakness that make the High Ones strong.
I know that.
Our ongoing fragility. And if not for that, the High Ones would be powerless.
Yeah, no, you said that, bitch. That's not the point I'm making.
You could be the one to create a humanity like that. Altruism instead of greed. Self-responsibility instead of the continuous search for an enemy. Awareness instead of blindness.
Well, what makes you believe I could do that? The Lightborn tried to do the same thing and they failed. Exactly.
The Lightborn tried to force their ideals onto an already rotten people. Just like the Pyrean Sun Priest and the countless false deities before them. You cannot save a tree whose roots have already withered. But with you as a deity to lead this new mankind, it would be entirely different. You could completely change what it means to be human.
And yet all of these races of people have all become egotistical assholes.
To rob the world of this chance? Simply because you are afraid of failing?
I'm not afraid of failing, I just think it's going to be fucking pointless.
I would give a lot for this chance.
Well, why don't you do it then? Anyway, mankind dies.
No, they are already dead, damn it. Arinthiel has lit the beacon. And unlike anything else you could do right now, this would be a chance for permanent change. By the face of time, do not let all of this become meaningless.
Well, like I said, I could...
you waste doubting lessens your chance to get to safety.
Alright, shut up, Daddy's talking. Like I said, I could rebuild you, I could ride you like the Ghostbusters. At the end of Ghostbusters 2, you can be the Statue of Liberty and you can go smash the beacon. With your big giant metal arms. Boom. Problem solved. Anyway, what exactly makes you believe I would survive there? Things tried to kill me.
Yes, because that old starling did harm to the city by trying to destroy a crystal. That awoke the Guardians. But they are asleep now. I can feel it. You would be safe. Believe me.
I don't trust you. Okay, I mean I do, but not on that. Like, I think... I think I'd go there and just get murdered by that dragon. So, I'm gonna say, you hint at something else. Tell me.
Yes. I regret that I did. Please. Right now. You have the chance to break a millennial-old pattern.
Damn
not
millennials.
Let it go to waste. I beg you.
Don't worry, buddy. I'm gonna save the damn of the main character is what I do, but, I gotta talk to you about this, because you're not making a lot of sense. I will make a decision once you've told me all my options. Yeah! Spill the beans! Dickhead!
You are so
I couldn't think of anything else to call him.
But, well... You might be able to destroy the beacon itself.
With you?
The light. It consumes everyone who gets too close to it. But you... as a projection, you might be able to do it. It will not stop what the beacon has already done, but it will interrupt it. However, it would mean your death. Yours and that of all life in Enderal. It is too late to save them now, and even if you succeed, it changes nothing. Yes, Korik would be dead, but do you think the High Ones would just give up?
I mean, no, I don't.
They would retreat for a few years, decades maybe, no more. And then it would all happen again, until another emissary lights the beacon. Trust me, I know humans. far better than I would like to.
So we smashed the beacon.
Within a few years, you would be forgotten, and they would win, as they always do.
Not if someone to tell them everything that you just told me, not if someone could flee or smash the beacon.
And who would that be? Even if there were someone, do you think anyone would listen? If you were to tell them that humanity itself is to blame, that the ultimate enemy does not even exist.
Could be worth a try, I guess.
You are delaying the inevitable, nothing more. And you are throwing away a chance, which we might never have again.
Maybe, but I will not be the judge over life and death of so many. I will destroy the beacon. I'm gonna fix you and make you do it like the Statue of Liberty at the end of Ghostbusters 2.
Then you will change nothing. But what can I do? I am powerless. Go. Do what you must. Deal with the consequences.
I wonder if this is like two different endings we get here.
There is one more thing I need to ask of you, however. One final request.
No, I will not suck your dick.
I want you to shut me down.
But number Johnny 5, shut you down, you mean kill you?
Yes. I want to finally rest. I will not spend another 1,000 years watching this tragedy unfold. You could have changed it, but you did not. There is nothing I can do now.
Oh, Jesus, at least let me try, fucking hell.
Please, do it.
By the way, if there are two endings, we'll go through the process of seeing both.
In front of you. That was how I connected myself to the Goliath. It will cut the connection as well. Do it. And then go. Go and fulfill your fate.
Alrighty, if that's what you want. Boop. What the?
Forgive me. The two of us will now exchange places.
Oh.
I am sorry for the deception. And if there were another way, I would not do this. You could have made the right choice, but you refused. And I will not see this chance go to waste. I cannot. Once this is all over, I will send someone to free you from the Goliath.
Well, that's nice of you.
But until then...
Holy crap.
Over here, quickly!
Am I him now? I'm so confused. Guess what? Cliffhanger, I'm gonna end it here because I gotta go to work like now. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed me standing still for 45 minutes talking to a robot. I think it was very interesting actually, considering we did basically nothing but talk to a giant robot. And it seems like now we might be him, but in our body, but I'm controlling it? Very confused. Awesome game, by the way. Holy shit, it never ceases to amaze me. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like I said, hope you enjoyed it. Outro! Hello everyone, thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you can support me by either just clicking the like button that will help to promote the video, and I always appreciate it, or if you really are feeling generous, you can go check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/MrAndersonLP, and over there you can go donate to me whatever you wish. And speaking of which, the following people are in the $10 plus tier for the month of March. I guess technically April, but let's not think about that. So we got Don Lobo, Oreo Yo-Yo, Arctic Stoat, Billy9, Dr. Pepper Penguin, Bebop56210, Mike Huber, Nixa Zaita, Source of Success, Hitbox, Waffle Ball, Olari Tower, Erasmus, and Cryonics. Thank you to all of those, and thank you to all of the $5 plus tier patrons on the screen right now, and thank you of course to everyone else, no matter what the hell you donate. It all helps, and I appreciate everything. The only reason I don't put everyone in here is because it would get ridiculous if we put every single name in. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thank you as always, and good night.